This is Chris Nixon in Leeds, England. I'm the author of the Simon Westow, Tom Harper and Richard Nottingham series, all set in Leeds, England. Where else? I'm listening to the Dark and Stormy Book Club podcast, and so are you. Sit back, have fun, and enjoy.
Hello, and welcome to episode 174 of Dark and Stormy Book Club. Today we are featuring beach reads. Enjoy!
I'm Ann Dark.
I'm Tracy Stormy.
And I'm Kathy Knight.
And together we are
It Was a Dark and Stormy Book Club,
a podcast for mystery lovers.
Welcome. If you enjoy our show, please consider contributing to the Dark and Stormy Patreon. By becoming a patron, you will help us create better and quality content. There are also benefits to becoming a patron, such as exclusive content and Dark and Stormy merchandise. Become a supporter at patreon.com/darkandstormybc. Check our website for the link. We appreciate any and all contributions. Thank you. Well, now that we're in the heat of summer, we thought we would take this opportunity to suggest a few books to take with you to the beach, on vacation. Webster's Dictionary defines a beach read as a book you can take on holiday, which is good enough to keep you engaged, but not so serious it will ruin your holiday.
My first book is called Much Ado About Nauticaling by Gabby Allan. It is by Kensington Books. We thank Larissa and Michelle for sending us a copy of this book to review. It comes out in August of this year. The bubbly fun of a rom-com meets the irresistible quirkiness of a cozy mystery in this buoyant new series set off the coast of Southern California, where 30-something Whitney Dagner has moved home to help with her family's boat tour business. Living in a Pacific paradise isn't always smooth sailing. But things get really rocky when Whit's brother is accused of murder, and it falls on her, with the help of her ex-boyfriend Felix and police dispatcher roommate Mirabelle, to clear his name. After too many years in the corporate world, Whitney Dagner has come home to Santa Catalina Island off the California coast to help her brother run Nautically Yours, the family tourism business. She buys a gift shop and runs that, and between her shift there, selling all kinds of t-shirts and tchotchkes to the tourists, she pilots the Seabounder, which is a glass-bottom tour boat. She does this for her brother as part of his tourism business. They take the tourists to view the underwater sites of the marine life aquatic plants. A murder victim.
Dun, dun, dun.
The self-proclaimed master of the island, Jules Tisdale, was a wealthy man with business interests throughout Catalina who was about to be honored as their person of the year before somebody strangled him with his own tie and tossed him into the water. That someone appears to be Whit's brother Nick, who had a raw deal from Jules and no alibi the night of the murder. As you will.
As you will.
To clear her brother's name, Whit will have to investigate his shady associates, not exactly grief-stricken family members, with the unwelcome help of Felix Ramirez, a police diver and Whit's ex-boyfriend, who's looking to rekindle their relationship.
Oh. Chicka chicka boom boom.
Well done, Gabby. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. The action is nonstop and the characters are just quirky enough to enjoy without them becoming silly. They're,
Okay.
you know, how some just...
Yeah, cozies kind of skirt the line.
Right. Whitney is a great character, and I can see her solving a lot of mysteries in the future. This series has potential to grow.
Oh, great.
And I love her cat.
Okay.
As you know, I'm a kitty cat person. This book had a lot of red herrings. To me, the solution was a little obvious. I tend to dig in till I find the answer. It was fun getting there. After writing plays for her friends to act out as a kid, bad poetry in high school, and her high school alma mater song, Gabby Allan finally found her true passion, cozy mysteries. Being able to share her world with readers, one laugh at a time, and touch people's hearts with her down-to-earth characters makes for the best job ever. The California girl now lives with her husband, daughter, and 2 insane dogs in central Pennsylvania, where she's hard at work on her next novel. You can find Gabby and her books at www.GabbyAllan, that's ALLAN.com. This book was fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
Well, we've had the pleasure of meeting her, and we absolutely love her.
Yes, we do. And we wish her all the best with this new series. I think it will take off.
My book is called Not Ready for Murder, and that's KNOT. It is number 9 in the Quilting Mystery series by Mary Marks. This book also comes out in August, and the way I look at it is that gives you plenty of time to read the other 8 books in the series. I would also like to thank Kensington for sending us this series, and I'm excited because I've never read any of Mary Marks. And so back to Not Ready for Murder. One loose thread threatens to unravel Martha's wedding plans. The groom-to-be married a pregnant teen to save her from scandal 30 years ago, and the marriage was never annulled.
Oops.
Now Crusher's wife, Haddis, is coming to L.A., along with his sister, Fanya. But soon after she arrives, their house guest goes missing. With her room ransacked and a chloroform-soaked cloth left behind, could her apparent abduction be connected to her brother's unsolved death from a hit-and-run 6 months ago? Martha and her quilting cohorts must find the patterns to solve the twin mysteries and determine if Crusher is still married or a widow. It was very, very good. I enjoyed this book so much, and part of what I really loved about this book was the characters. Most of the characters in this book are Jewish. I was immediately immersed in the culture. I just loved everything about it. I love the food, the traditions, and the best part, the Yiddish. I absolutely love it. Martha Rose is our protagonist, and she is very endearing. Like most cozies, she's surrounded by an entertaining cast of characters. From Yoshi, aka Crusher, her fiancé, Uncle Isaac, Fanya, who is Yoshi's sister, who gives everybody decorating advice whether they want it or not, to Arlo Beavers, Martha's ex-boyfriend, who just happens to be a police officer. So I thought that was a unique take. Her ex is a police officer, so I'm sure in the 8 books that lead up to this one, there's probably the backstory to that. With this being the 9th in the story, I'm sure I didn't get all the little nuances to the past stories, but I got the gist of it. And I didn't feel that I missed out on anything that was important. I will say that I did figure this out rather quickly, but enjoyed Mary Mark's use of red herrings and quilting to bring us to a very satisfying ending.
I did like the hints for hand quilters that she included in the back of the book.
Yes. And here's the thing, I am not a quilter. I did not feel that that lessened my ability to like this book. Mary Marks became an award-winning quilter following an early retirement. After 12 years of sewing 24/7, she came up for breath and started writing about some of the nearly 100 quilts she created. Then the writing bug hit her, and she enrolled in UCLA's Extension Writers Program. A love of reading mysteries led to a 4-day mystery writing workshop where she discovered a new creative passion. Her first novel, Forget-Me-Not, was a finalist in the national competition and was published when she was 70 years old. Out of that success came the Martha Rose Quilting Mystery Series. Her books have been bestsellers and won an award in 2015. Mary was born in Los Angeles and grew up in Southern California and the San Francisco Bay Area. She moved back south to attend UCLA and earned a BA in anthropology. The next years were spent raising 3 children. She enrolled in the American Jewish University in LA and earned an MA in Public Administration Management. A physical condition stemmed from childhood polio resulted in early retirement. She moved to Israel for a year to regroup and then returned to LA to start her adventure in quilting and murder. She currently lives on the Central California coast with her husband Tim Palmer and their fluffy orange cat Louie. You can learn more about Mary Marks and her books at marymarksmysteries.com. I highly recommend them.
Very good. I am a quilter. I enjoyed these books too. The second book I have is Summer Club. It's written by Catherine Dean Mazeroff. It is put out by Outskirts Press. I would like to thank Corinne Pritchett from booksforward.com for sending us this book. Murder meets the absurd in the sizzling thriller Summer Club, a new novel by award-winning journalist Catherine Dean Mazeroff. Normally, politics and parent drama, drunken soirees, and sexcapades reign at Lydia Phillips' swim and tennis club. Now a strange car is following the club manager. There is a break-in at Lydia's home, and a shocking discovery on the club grounds have this stay-at-home mom dusting off her newspaper reporting skills to unravel the mystery. Then a body surfaces in the river, and Lydia's life gets a whole lot more complicated and dangerous. In one moment, readers of Summer Club will be laughing at the colorful characters' outrageous antics, and the next moment they'll be riveted as the story reveals a troubling, complex scheme involving fraud and murder. Perfect for parents balancing career and family, Summer Club casts a beam of dark humor across the hidden reality that makes domestic, in quotes, life, raising children and volunteering for community and school groups, sometimes more harrowing than the most cutthroat of corporate jobs. This was a fun read. It was very well put together. Lydia Phillips is a very good character. She has the not-so-delightful job of board president for Meadow Glen, her neighborhood summer club, with its social events, tennis tournaments, and swim meets. It has a rowdy group of members and a series of misadventures, including a crime or two, that send Lydia on a search for the owner of $50,000 found under the dumpster. On top of that, there's the murder of a property manager, and Lydia wants to find out what his connection is with Meadow Glen. This is a very enjoyable mystery with a strong lesson. Don't volunteer to serve on the board of a summer club. It was quirky. It was fun. It was a good beach read.
Good. That's what we're here for.
That's right. The club, which has seen better days, is the center of nefarious and sometimes hilarious goings-on, and it takes the main character, Lydia, to sort everything out, exposing herself to danger as she does. In the author's notes, she does state that this is a very loosely autobiographical written story. I'd like to Find out where this real club is.